Welcome to the Rugs to Riches show. Grab a drink and get comfortable. The live show is about to start.
Hey, good day, everybody. It is Monday, January, March, April 21st. As you can see, it's just me up here. AG is traveling with his family. I think he's coming back from Washington, D.C. So what's up, Dennis? What's up, MSS Moon Yield Methods? What's up, Anti-Hero? I'm going to need to... Hey, K Bowers, way to make it in early today. It's just me. So anything you guys want to talk about, let's ask some questions. A few things. IRA, DeFi-IRA bonds are in final. Oh, look at that. What up, homie? Hey, we just started. We eating Chinese food?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're at a sushi restaurant.
Nice. What's up, family?
Say hi, Logan. We're gonna have some sushi.
Nice. We just started. Are you gonna talk or are you just popping in? What's what? You're just popping in.
Off. Just want to say hi.
Are you guys still? Are y'all still in DC?
Yeah, we're still in DC. We leave out tomorrow afternoon.
Nice, so, nice. You have a good trip?
So far, so good, buddy. I'm loving it.
You didn't buy a condo? I thought we were going to be condo buddies.
No, I got no money for that. But hey, let me let you go because we're at dinner.
All right, man.
All right,
see you, family. Thanks for popping in.
Bye.
See you. Oh, well, that was unexpected. That's pretty cool. What's up, Crypto KR? All right. Zach mentioned no, he's coming in. He's coming in a little later. He said he had to find a power cord for his thing. He'll be here later. What's up, Aaron? Thanks for joining the show. Like I was saying, USDC bonds, they are in final production. I know that AG was testing the final contract when he left. So that will be hot and heavy. Realistically, we're probably going to see. We have one more week. We're probably the first. The first is a good guess. So, you know, like everything, you know, it's we want it to be right. We don't want it to get it in there and it fail. So, baby IRA, we're still waiting. You know, we thought that was going to get launched yesterday, but Adam found a couple bugs in the code, so he's putting that on hold. Again, better safe to be sorry. What he's going to do is he's going to announce that the water has broken, which means the contract is ready. And that'll start a 4-hour countdown. So I believe what he said, once he announces the water is broken, there will be a 4-hour clock. And then anytime after that 4-hour clock, he'll go live. So he's got to it's kind of like a announced stealth, you know, launch, something like that. So he's going to announce that it's a 4-hour countdown. So like example, if he says right now the water is broken at 11:30 Central Standard Time. Anytime after that is when the contract can go live. Remember, it is a micro launch, so you guys don't need to be trying to drop, you know, $1,000 in at one time because you'll get crushed with slippage. So just keep that in mind. You know, a couple $100 will probably grab you what you're wanting, and you're gonna have to break that up into smaller increments too. Bye, Anti-Hero. Thanks for dropping in. But you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? I know that's your bonds. What else do we have coming up? I don't know. What's the market doing? I've been so busy. Mondays are really, really bad for me, guys. Like I literally sat down like 10 minutes ago and got my little green screen up and stuff. Mondays are always so super busy for me. So where are we at here? We got BTC at 87. That's good. ETH still lagging behind. It's right at 1600 though, so that's not too bad. XRP's a little over $2. BNB 600. So yeah, looks like we're just treading water. I think about getting a Tangent. Will DeFi work with it, or aren't those the same thing? Tangent or Tangent, or with non-Tangent? Yeah, as far as I know, Tangent works just like anything else. Yeah, you just have to. When I used my hardware wallets, I found them to be kind of cumbersome. What I kind of suggest is you have two wallets. You have your hardware wallet, your cold storage, right? But then you also have a hot wallet. That hot wallet, that's the things that you do on a weekly, monthly basis or whatever, and then you can always send to your cold storage. ETH down 1K. ETH down way more than 1K or down to 1K. Listen, KR, I'm going to ban you from the show if every time you come on here, you tell me that ETH's going to go down another $500. MSS Moon Crypto says bus launch today for book ecosystem. To be honest with you, MSS Moon Yield, we don't know anything about the MSS system. I know Aaron is a big believer, has been in for a long time and has been trying to get me in. I read it and it's more than I really wanted to dive into. So you want to give me a TLDR on the ecosystem and what the book ecosystem is? And Tangent Ring. I know that AG was talking about getting a Tangent Ring. So there you go. K Bowers, if you're going to go with Tangent, get the Tangent Ring. MSS Moon Yield says it's great for DeFi. So I think we are going to run a duck race later. So if you are watching but not talking, give us some conversation starters. Man, I feel like I had something else to say about IRA. We're quick. Let's see, March, April. We only got about 5 weeks left before our LP unlocks and we start casting a bigger LP net. I've actually been working on a secret project. I've mentioned it to AG, but since he was on vacation, he hasn't really had time to look into it. But I'm pretty excited about that. Duck race. Yeah, we'll do a duck race later, right before poker. We are running poker tonight. So if you're not in the poker TG group and you want the link, let me know. You do have to be in the poker TG. I guess you don't have to be in the poker TG. I can send you the information. But have a hard time getting the gals without well, you can always put it on your key ring or something, K Bowers. I don't know. I think that if you put a ring on, you'll probably have a better chance of getting girls. At least that's kind of been my experience in the past. Referral sharing for what? MSS what? You have to expand upon that. So guys, I'm not mind reader. So what's OPE? Anti-hero. You guys pretend like I'm 8. I need full sentences. Yes. Oh, referral. We are working on a referral system. We do not have one yet for DeFi-IRA. The big thing is we are trying to come up with a reason to have the referral system that will not cause liabilities to the system. The biggest thing is when we started DeFi-IRA, the two protocols that we kind of merged together were Elephant Money and the Earn protocol. That's kind of the two things that gave us inspiration to start DeFi-IRA. And I was a huge believer in Elephant, the ecosystem. I really think that it is ingenious. I know that the BT might have caused some sourness, but to be honest with you, Elephant Money at a heart is spectacular. And that's the core of DeFi-IRA. The biggest downfall that we saw was that he tied liabilities to the treasury. So we're not going to do that. So if we can come up with a referral system that can be self-sustaining, that does not create liabilities to the treasury, then we will do that. One thing we've been talking about is like a revenue share model. And how that would work is right now the treasury gets about 15% of all the rewards that are generated in the ecosystem. So what we thought is we could take those rewards and give those to the referral program. So the contract itself, the DeFi-IRA contract is self-sustaining, right? So what it does is it charges 4% buy, sell, and transfer, and then about 65% of all rewards go to the holders. 30% goes to locked and burned liquidity, and 5% burns the token, right? So with that, that's set in stone. That's the contract, right? So whether the nest egg, which is a completely separate entity, is working or not, that's the contract, right? So the contract will always have taxes, will always pay the holders, right? That's where all the reward fees come from, is that contract. And that contract is what pays the ETH, not nest egg. So what nest egg is a holder of the IRA token. Okay, the nest egg is diversified and it's built into about 10 different yield-bearing assets, and those assets create yield every single month. And then what the nest egg does is it uses that yield to feed the Autobot. It buys IRA every single day, and then it buys other assets to create more yield. So one part of that is the ETH that nest egg gets from the reward system for being a holder. So that is money that comes in, right? So we don't have control over how much it is because that's based off of volume. So we've been talking about using that as a revenue share. So creating like a revenue share NFT and then using that to pair with a referral system of some sort. So as the NFT sells, the referrer will get money directly from the NFT sell, but on the back end, the NFT would use the revenue model from the treasury. So as the treasury grows, it would put more into the revenue model. What up, homie?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
Not much. I didn't know if you could see me when you were. I knew I could see you in the back, but I was finishing up a thought before I brought you on. People were asking about a referral system for IRA. We don't have one yet, but that is one of the big things that we've been kicking around. But the big thing is we couldn't ever come up with something that didn't create liabilities. So we've come up with kind of a revenue share model. So the treasury gets 15% of all the reward, or the nest egg gets 15% of all of the rewards generated from the contract. And so what we were thinking about doing was kicking that over to like an NFT model. And then it would be what it would be, right? The NFTs would just split that rev share up to a certain point. Obviously, if there was only 3 NFTs that sold, they're not going to split all of the revenue. They would have a max and probably like, I think we were talking about like 150 or 200% APR, because the NFTs were going to be like $50 or something is what we were bounced off the wall. Those are all down the line. Not
nice. Yeah. I think that's definitely a good idea to keep, thinking about, trying to find out what is the best kind of method to create a referral system that just, like you said, help get the word out there, and it helps people on board. And like you said, maybe if you do the NFTs are still just in that weird space right now where, we just see very few projects having long-term success. I heard something about the Bored Ape Yacht Club recently. There was some news. I don't know if they're underneath like their original floor price or something. It's just been a complete shit show, to put it bluntly. But like back to your point of the revenue share. Yeah, we'll see. I think especially with with the nest egg being its intention to continue to grow and continue to buy our IRA. It's like it's a great business model. So now it's just about getting users to get involved with the project.
Yeah. One thing actually you might not know, Zach, is we started an Autobot. So I know on Elephant Money they were, yeah. And Elephant Money, what were they called? What did he call his? The little self-generators.
I'm sorry, what are you saying about what was this?
In Elephant Money, what were his little bots called? Where he was putting money in and then it was buying.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name that they referred to. I forgot what
But anyway,
I
so
like
we
the word
have
transformer. That's good. That's what it is. It's like an on-chain AI robot that just fighting for you on chain every day.
yeah. So we created, and we were actually gonna we had that debate whether we named them because we want to have more than one. Like right now, we just have a BTC Autobot that we're just feeding BTC, and then it automatically buys IRA 4 times a day.
Oh wow.
And then it buys 0.25% of whatever's in the Autobot.
Okay.
And so basically it's buying 1% a day. Is what it comes out to being. So as it drains down, it obviously buys less, but as we get more BTC, or if BTC starts to run, then it'll start to buy more.
That's sweet. We got to talk about Anti-Hero's comment here. Shout out to, I like the 13. That's my favorite lucky number. Real quick, what's your lucky number? Goal, never asked you before.
3 and 7 have always been the numbers that I've always associated since I was little.
Yeah, those are always early numbers. Nice.
Yeah, so 3 and 7. So I don't know if like 37 or my oldest kid's first baseball that he was 7, but then my youngest was 42 is what he's been playing with for well, how old am I? It was funny because you're familiar with baseball?
Yeah.
So
things are going good for baseball for me today. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. What was that?
We'll talk about it then later, but go ahead. Continue about baseball and your son.
Okay. So when he got to the point where he could pick his own number, right? We're like, well, what number do you want to be? And he's all like, he's like, oh, well, 42. I said, oh, like for Reggie Jackson. He's like, no, you're 42, Dad. Oh,
nice. That's cool.
But
all right, so 3 and 7. I remember that when I'm at the casino, I'm gonna bet it on the roulette wheel, so they're gonna hit, and then I'm gonna buy IRA with it. So
nice. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no actual 37 on the roulette wheel. Well, because that would probably be mine, but.
Yeah. You know what? Because what else do boomers who love IRAs and retirements, what else do they love? They love casinos. You got to just go ahead and make the IRA casino, and that could be the passive income revenue sharing. Like, hey, come play at our casino. I don't know. I know casinos so overdone online and stuff. But side note, like, imagine right now if we had the first on-chain VR crypto blackjack table. Like, we have a guy who's a dealer, and there's only like 5 seats, and like it's VR and it's using blockchain and crypto. Like, I'm telling you, man, someone's gonna do it, and the first person to do that to have like, I know they already have some. I know, like, I think Sandbox had some sort of little VR casino, but
yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm trying to think. Like you said, some money coming in, and IRA that could get the name out there.
Well, we actually are working
the poker tournaments, the history, the background of Rugs to Riches. Never know.
Yeah. So we are working on a TG mini app, and we'll have like 5 different, like Plinko and coin flip and blackjack. Where hopefully we'll be able to get our own poker room in that.
That's badass. That's fire.
Then we could just go on, and then what you do is you would buy the coin with IRA, and then so while you're in the TG mini app, you can play back and forth, and then you would only get charged taxes when you onload and offload, right? So once you're on, your account would be based off of the IRA coin or whatever we call it, end up calling it tickets or whatever, and then there would be a conversion rate you would buy when you take your tickets offline. That you would get charged 4% to put on, 4% to pull off, and then we really don't even have to. Like, we don't charge fees to convert or anything, and then the casino would just have a set, I don't know, 90% win rate or whatever we would set it.
Make it dumb simple. That's always the issue with crypto, right? Is that whole adoption curve. As you know, it's like it's hard enough to get people to get the Telegram and get on a channel. So it's like we always talk about for any DApp, it's easier the user experience, just the more adoption will happen quicker. What's your answer to K Bauer's question right here? There's no such thing as a dumb question. That's a good question, I think. He asked another dumb question. Is there an IRA token target amount? Like XRP, you would hear you should have X amount of coins. So what's your thought process on that?
So here's how you need to think about it this way, K Bowers. The percentage of tokens you own is your ownership of the protocol, right? So the more tokens you get, the more rewards you will get on the back end. So in my mind, the first goal should be 1%, because now you're actually getting 1% of all the rewards that the protocol generates, right? So if the protocol generates $100 of rewards, you get $1. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but as we get bigger, like right now we only have, I think, 320 holders, and of that, only about 40 to 50 are actual active users, right? And by active users, that means people that have a bag and that they're DCAing some kind of amount over a monthly period, right? Because the thought process is, we don't. I mean, sure, if somebody came in and dropped $20,000 and then that's all they did for forever, that would be spectacular. But the likelihood is that's not why we created the protocol. Grab a small bag, grab a small percentage or whatever, but then try to dedicate that $5 a week or $10 or $15 or 20, whatever's good for you. Because realistically, we're thinking 5, 10, 15 years. Like when me and AG sat down and started talking, we talked about for our children, right? His oldest son is 13. My oldest son is 16, right? So we're talking 10, 15 years down the line for those guys. My oldest just started working. So every time he gets a paycheck, he buys IRA, right? Because, when he started filling out that 401k paperwork, I'm like, don't even worry about it. Like by the time he gets to retirement age, who knows where we're going to be, right? Taxes are going to be here or there. Taxes aren't going to go down in the 45 or 50 years that he has to work. That's for damn sure, So to answer your question, I suggest 1%. But that's going to be different for everybody, right?
Yeah. What is the token supply, if you don't mind me asking, and what would be that 1% of that?
So basically, we're at 220 million. We're actually a little less than that. We're at like 219,900,000.
Yeah, I call it 220.
But just for easy, so for easy numbers, it's 220 million. So 1% would be 2.2 million. Yeah. I mean, maybe the first goal should always be 100,000, right? Because if we're going to do promos and stuff like that, we're going to put you're going to have to be some kind of holder, right? So the last promo we did was 100,000. But we're also, the next time we do something like that, where we do a big promo, I think we gave away, what did we give away? 350,000, 500,000. We gave 500,000 IRA away, which was $3,200 at the time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. Protocols don't do that like ever. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we bought that off the chart. So we gave it to 10 winners. 10 winners won 50,000 IRA. Yeah. Which was like, I don't even know. I forgot how much it was per winner or whatever, $300 or something like that.
Yeah.
But so 100,000 should definitely be your first goal, because that's going to be our, now as we get, like, let's say if we get really, really big and we're at like $100 million market cap, obviously that number is going to come down, right? Because it's still based on volume. And remember, volume isn't based on token count. It's based off of dollar amount, right? So as we get bigger, the token price is going to go up, but that's still the same dollar amount that's transferring. But your percentage is still an ownership of total supply, right? So if you get to 1 million, right? But as the supply comes down, your actual ownership will go up, right? Because as supply comes down, as we're burning throughout the year, right? We started 9 months ago, and we've burned over 3 million IRA. So
that's good. That's over 1% just recently, right? In these semi okay, whatever you want to call it, market conditions. Definitely not a bull market, but that's exciting, man. Yeah. I was going to also touch on, if you have anything else, I want to touch on one more point in this question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned like people, like you said, XRP, you hear, right? Every community is going to have a suggested, I guess, involvement amount. But like Goldwyn said, it's always personal and up to you and what, you value the project and your time horizon, etc. So always, just my word to the wise is just be wary of any community that says, you got to have this amount, this amount, this amount. Because at one point, right, you wanted to have 100 Bitcoin, right? And then it was like, as a goal, let's try to get 10 Bitcoin. Now it's some people's, financial goals to even get 1 Bitcoin, right? So that could be the same case right now. 100,000 IRA, that might be like, holy shit, you have 100,000 IRA. Like, you might be a new goal to get, 1,000 one day. So I think that is a good kind of just starting point. But yeah, and the comparison as well. I'm saying one more point. XRP, top 10, top 5 cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of risk and reward. There's still a lot of risk still there, and there's still a lot of reward, but maybe not as much. Whereas, here the risk to return profile, I think is a lot wider, larger. If just
Well,
if the holder count doubled, the price of the token would probably 5x or more. So
yeah, and I think the big thing is that if you think about, if you're trying, because we're so new, 1% really should be your goal, right? Because over time you're gonna sell down, right? So if your goal now is 1%, well, in 10 years you might only have, that 0.5% because you've sold down, right? We don't care if people buy or sell, right? Like most protocols are like, oh, don't sell, only hold. We know it's human nature that people are going to sell. That's why we created the tax system, right? Because when people come in, they buy, right? The protocol gets 4%, and that gets distributed, and we create locked liquidity. When people sell, we get 4%, right? Congratulations. If people, every person that sells so far has made money off of the protocol, right? What other protocol can say that? So right now, right. And so, the big thing is we are creating things for the future. Like right now we're in phase 1. Phase 1 is the treasury is buying every single day, right? The goal of the treasury is to get to 50 million. Oh, this is a great point, K Bowers, right? When we first started, the goal of the treasury was to get to 100 million, right? But we realized that was going to take too long, right? So we brought it down. So we're like, man, if we can get to that 50 million, that's still 25% basically of the protocol. That's spectacular. If the treasury can buy and hold and maintain 25% of the protocol, I mean, that takes 50 million. That means that only, let's see here, if it's 50 million, 25, that means there could only be 75 other people that hold 1%. And really it couldn't even be that because the liquidity pools will have to have some, right? So think about it of those lines. We've already retailored our own goal, right? We wanted 100 million for the treasury. Well, now we're down to 50, right? The treasury's at 32. So we feel that like that's a pretty good goal. We feel that we can hit 50. And once we hit 50, we're going to shift to phase 2. And what phase 2 is, instead of buying off the chart every single day, that ETH will just go into a contract, and we're going to create an OTC market that anybody can sell into, right? Because one thing is, once you build a community and you're like, oh, you feel guilty for selling, right? Because you know that, oh, somebody saw my wallet sell and they're going to poke fun of me and stuff like that. So what we're going to do, and actually we'll do it before we get to phase 2, but we're going to create an OTC wallet, and we're going to fund that wallet with ETH, and then you'll be able to sell to that OTC wallet. And what you'll do is we'll probably give you a discount on taxes. It'll probably be like a 3% discount, or a 3% total instead of 4%, but you won't have slippage either, right? So you get a discount on your taxes and no slippage. And what happens is, if we're in phase 1, then the treasury will just keep those tokens, right? Once we get to phase 2, the treasury is going to take those tokens, it's going to pair it with ETH, and then put it in the liquidity pool to add liquidity. So now you're taking profit, and you're helping the protocol. So once we get to phase 2, you selling, it will help the protocol. It's like, it's almost like
that's the beauty of DeFi, right? Is you can build these systems, and like you said, build where it's a win-win. It's like certain financial applications that just aren't feasible in Web 2 space or whatever, online banking right now. So that's super cool. I think that's really innovative. And like you said, it just will help. It'll help you. The protocol will be buying the tokens, OTC, and like that's really cool. And I think what's most important too right now is, like I said, during these kind of down market times, is like you're building that core base of IRA supporters, right? And people who are getting to 1% and more. Like that's you build that community, and it has that snowball effect and network effect. So it's like I think. The price is going so good right now. It's like it just makes people want to tell their friends and get involved and teach them about the long run and hold and etc. So I don't know. I think you guys have a lot of good stuff rolling right now. Bases for pimping. Did you hear about that controversy?
Basis for what?
Yeah, exactly. There was a recent Coinbase promo they sent out for promoting the base chain, and they have one of those things. I'm glad I can be you love drama. I know you do. So I'm glad I can be the one fill you in the tea. So it was it's a commercial promoting Base, the Base chain, and there's a part of the little promo video where it says Base is, and then they have like a blank. So it's like Base is for, it says creating, for sharing, for teaching, for, helping, for charity, right? And the creative director of this promotion video decided that it was appropriate to put Base is for, they put pimping, like to prostitute pimp. They also put base is for squirting. What that means, no one knows yet. Everyone's still trying to figure out. So you have pulled up after. We should show it on stream. I don't. If you have the AG command, you can throw stuff on the screen, but I can find it for you.
Yeah. If you can, I can present somehow.
Let me show you this. Let me show you. I'll pull it up. It's hilarious.
Do you have the present button, or do I?
You're asking the wrong guy. Let me see in a second. Let me pull up the video, and then I'll send you the link. Basis for video.
All right. So MS Moon Yield max wallet for baby IRA 2% or 8.4 million. Yes, those are the same thing. That's for baby IRA. So,
let me see that.
But keep in mind, MSS Moon Yield, if you're planning to hold baby IRA, he put in the contract, if you hold for 60 days or longer, you'll start getting reflections on top of the rewards in baby IRA. So not only will you get the rewards that you'll already get, which is IRA, ETH, and Bitcoin, you'll then get reflections actually on top of that. So you might want to just go like 8 million, right? Leave some room for that, the reflections, or maybe 8.3 million. To leave room to get those reflections, because I don't know if you're maxed out if the contract will add to you. Does that make sense?
Sorry, I'm pulling up the video here. I think I almost found it. He apologized. So I guess he deleted the video. Let's see here. It was Jesse.base.eth who somehow is involved with Base. I'm pulling up still.
I think he's a big one of the X mod people, if you want to call him that.
Who you talking about?
That Jesse.base.
You recognize him? Yeah. It says
he's one of the.
Is he the creator of Base Chain, or he's somehow high up?
No. I think he's big on X because he has like one of those. What are some of the 8-bit JPEG?
Oh yeah, the CryptoPunks.
Yeah, so he has like a CryptoPunk on Base or whatever. KR says Base is for girls getting through college.
What do you say? Base is for what?
Girls getting through college.
I'm dead. Exactly. I can't find. Someone had to rip the video and repost it right now because he deleted the tweet. I think he wrote a Medium article saying it was a mistake. It was an art piece. Y'all, someone's got to pull it up. Someone in the chat find this.
Drop your bases for in the comments, and we'll make our own promo.
Bases for girls getting to college. Here, let's see. Bases for late night takeout. There you
go. My goodness.
Let's make Uber Eats, but on chain. I'm like, crap. Someone in freaking Uruguay just ordered some freaking pizza. Like, how are we gonna get over there? Shit.
AG actually popped in right before you. He popped in for a few seconds. They're at sushi in DC.
Oh, sweet. That's what's up.
He did not buy a timeshare for all those people that were keeping count. That's what he was in DC for. He got one of those vacations from Hilton.
Oh yeah, he said his timeshare. It's his turn to use it.
Yeah.
They're like, it's available Tuesday and Saturday of one month of the year. It's all yours. I'll just play it with them. Hilton's nice.
Oh gosh, I bought a timeshare, KR. I bought one.
Y'all, it's so funny. I guess when you turn like 35, you're like, shit, I need to get real estate. You're like, let me get a timeshare. That's a good idea. Okay.
Well, I mean, I think it's different than what most people think is timeshares, but I'm not going to go into it.
I'll say
go
ahead.
We only every time we travel, we have a Hilton card, and we always stay in Hilton properties, so it just made sense.
For us, it was a no-brainer. It was a
no-brainer.
I wish I was there. That salesman, he said, "Hell yeah, this one's easy." But what was I saying about damn we're talking about Hilton. Oh, timeshare. My sister got a timeshare, and now she's like not financially like she's struggling financially. So she's like,
Yeah.
help me like get out of it. Like, how do I get out of it? And I was Googling it. How like it's very difficult. You gotta get a lawyer and all this BS. I'm like, why'd you get this
Well, I think
timeshare?
it depends on which one you get to, because like Hilton's, you just sell it back to Hilton.
Okay. She clearly did not get a Hilton one, I don't think.
Yeah. So
I gotta figure that out, or I gotta go burn it down or something. She can't keep making payments on this. So I don't know. I gotta do something. She needs her brother to help her out. But
oh my gosh.
even Aaron, I have more than one timeshare. Aaron, what the hell, Aaron? Of course, Aaron has a couple timeshares. Of course.
She loves them. She says that she gets great deals. She goes to Mexico all the time.
That's actually badass. That's pretty cool. If you have like a location you're going to that you like, yeah.
I don't know, but I know in like the last 3 months she's been to Mexico. Like she's probably a drug mule.
She's probably in Mexico right now.
Yeah.
I think everyone in crypto, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Every single person in crypto, I swear.
Got any in Cancun? No, but hey, Anti-Hero, the second DeFi-IRA meeting will be in Grand Cayman, August 2026. Probably the first week, either the last week of July, first week of August 2026.
Let's go. I'm excited.
So that's my 50th birthday.
God willing.
So that's my 50th birthday. Yeah. So we're talking about two things too. We're talking about like a DeFi-IRA cruise. I was going to try to.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Put that together. Where do you think we should go out of? Jacksonville? That would be kind of. See, the problem is there's no real airports next to Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville is a small port. It ain't it. We gotta do Miami or what is Port Canaveral, right? Port Canaveral is
but Port Canaveral doesn't have really good airports either. You have to fly into Orlando, and so Miami, Fort Lauderdale would probably be the best.
And we gotta go like on the icon of the seas, like the what's it, the Royal Caribbean, like the largest ship in the ocean or something, passenger cruise ship. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So actually, we have two coming up in June. We're doing back-to-back cruises on two different boats. So we drive to Miami. We get on a boat for 8 days. We get off. We have 1 day, and then we get on another boat for 6 days.
That's awesome. That's badass.
And it's with two different groups. So like we're on a cruise with one group, and then we land, and then we get on a boat with a whole different group.
Nice. You need some house sitting? Need someone come watch your house for you? Feed your dogs?
Yeah, come on down. So my uncle's
going on both the cruise. I'm gonna buy me a ticket after we get off this call and find out which cruise ship.
Oh yeah, text me. I'll tell you.
Okay. No, that's cool, man. That's exciting. I love cruises. It's awesome. I love the ocean.
Yeah, I like it because I mean it's you don't. Man, I put my phone in the safe. I don't even like.
Yeah.
My wife's like, oh, I want to take pictures. I'm like, psh. Yeah. I want to drink. I want to sit. I want to look at the water. Yeah. And then I want to go gamble.
Yeah. Hang out. I was gonna say on your 1 day from your 8-day first cruise, you're gonna spend the whole day washing clothes real quick, wash, and then pack them up again and go back on the next one. You're gonna pack 5 suitcases, 2.
Yeah, maybe. But we have, because we've cruised so much, we're like pretty high level with Carnival, so we get like free laundry. So
my gosh, that's awesome. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, you're like, just wash it on the ship. Just let them do your laundry for you. I'm like, oh, I never did that.
And then all we do is fill out the paper. I have 7 pairs of underwear, 18 socks, 3 shorts. It's cool. Like cool. You send it out.
Usually, I don't think I've ever been on an 8-day cruise. Usually just 7, but probably by day 7 or day 8, I'm just wearing what I wore on day 1.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, it's like we went transatlantic, so we went from England to Miami, and that was 14 days.
Wow.
And I think we had 6 days at sea at one point was our longest, and that got a little brutal. Not gonna lie.
I could see
I was making up I was making up numbers, Anti-Hero. Don't think that I just wear dirty underwear.
What's Aaron saying? My aunt and uncle go on 3-week cruises and get great deals since they gamble a lot. Hey, I need to
Nice.
go. Hey, I need to go with your uncle and aunt. Let's go gamble on a cruise. That sounds fun.
Aaron, what cruise ship do they go on? Like we're Carnival. Like we like Carnival, so we haven't had any issues with Carnival yet. So that's where we
we need a. Well, I guess I was trying to think of how to bring crypto into it. I always thought they should need to have a crypto kiosk at each casino. Maybe we could sell that to them, like have it where people are always liquidating shit, and they have it where, like one time I was in Biloxi and I was at the Beau Rivage, and there's they have the ships come in, right? People like sail in, they come to the hotel and gamble and stuff, right? And I asked the dealer, I saw this boat out there like every day, and I was like, why is that boat out there? And he said the guy lost it. He sailed in it and he put it up as collateral and lost it. But
oh shit,
I know, right? But I was like, that might be a quick way to, if you need to sell a boat real fast, just go liquidate at the casino for 50% or something. But
right,
yeah. But what I was saying though, with at the casino though, right? Which is a very cash, money and odds but it's like I feel you should have at least one crypto ATM or something where you could scan your wallet, or I don't know what you would send it to. Kind of like, have you used like Change Now or like Change Now is
they have those damn Bitcoin ATMs everywhere. Like
which one? We have Bitcoin ATM or which one?
Yeah, the Bitcoin ATM. I almost said some stuff that would probably get me banned off of YouTube, but at Indian stores, the Indian convenience stores, they're typically there.
Oh, okay. So, I got you. Yeah, but that's what, like you said, usually it'll be like in a Shell gas station or somehow there's a Bitcoin ATM in there. But I saw when I went actually to the Invest Fest, for Elephant Money, there was another, there's a few crypto things, but the other big one there, what was it called? It was like Coin ATM or something. It wasn't called that. It was like Coin something, but that was their thing. I think they had like 40 different OTC tokens and stuff you could buy and sell like through their ATM. So not just Bitcoin, because like you're saying too, typically it's just like Bitcoin from what I've seen.
Yeah, they are usually just Bitcoin.
But imagine you could go and like you scan a QR code, or you send, I send $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to that machine, and then it spits out $1,000 cash, and they take their fees.
Yeah, that would be the way to go.
Maybe I need to make this. No one. Hey, everyone, delete the stream. Everyone, log off. Men in Black. Clear your memory.
I agree. All right, guys. Get your. Hey, there's 18 of you guys watching. I don't know if you guys are real people since I put you on Twitter too, but if you guys want to get in the duck race, we only have about 7 people in there because everybody's been talking. Dennis, MSS, 13 Anti, K Bowers, Aaron, KR, and Zach. So you want to be added into the duck race? It's going to happen in about 8 minutes. You need to come talk to us. Drop us a question. There are no stupid questions, as K Bauer said. Go where you want.
What else is new in crypto this week? You in MSS? How's the Privilege Club? How's everything going? What else is new in crypto for you this week?
Privilege Club's still on hold, but they did come out and say that they are within the window. So when they shut down, they gave us a window saying 30 to 45 days they'll be back up, which was April 18th to May 3rd. So like April 16th or something was the last update we got, saying that they are on track. They said that it will launch inside that window. So May 3rd is the last day. So I'm assuming when they said 30 to 45 days, in my brain, I just said it's going to be 45 days, right? Like I'm like, there's no chance in hell they're coming early,
Yeah.
So
that's cool. It's exciting.
But other than that, have you seen? I don't know. I just got introduced to something that's like ETF. I don't even know how to explain it. It's Massey, so it's based off the MicroStrategies.
So shit! Are you getting into no? Oh no! I have.
Am I not supposed to do this?
I have a bad. Zach. I gotta swim against only. I learned this. Where did I learn this from? I don't even know. Only dead fish go with the flow. All right. Fucking everyone's flowing into Missy, whatever they call it now. It's the yield that's the MicroStrategy's yield options thing, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. But dude, that's the thing. Everyone is loving it because, like, yeah, you get high yield and it's stock or whatever. It's TradFi. I just have a bad feel. I'm on the cautious. I was gonna say like negative Nancy, the cautious Kathy team where every cycle there's always some yield bearing product, whether it be BitConnect, whether it be whatever, XYZ. I know we're in this game to learn and find these
BitConnect.
That's right.
What was the catchphrase for it? What was that catchphrase? Bitcoin. What was
BitConnect? I think he just like sang it. I don't even know.
Yeah, damn it.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like you said, like you said, it might be worth getting involved and learning more. I don't know. It just scares me because everyone's going in that flow right now. Everyone's running to it. I saw it. I mean, like maybe a month ago or two.
I'm just gonna say. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say how much money could I lose? Like, I was like, well, fucking all of it. That's.
Yeah, go get a position and let me know how you like it, and then build up.
I mean, the big thing is it's basic. I mean, they're paying out. I mean, what's Coke? What are Coke's a big one where they pay out? God, I'm so bad with stocks. What's the shit where they pay out like
the dividends? You're talking about dividend?
Yeah, dividends. I mean, that's what it basically is, right? They're just they're shorting and they're just doing the shit legally, right? And some months you're going to be at 17 cents a share, and some months you're going to be at $2 a share. So, I think the big question is are your share price going to go up or down more than the dividends that you get?
Let me ask you this. Buying that is a derivative of betting on Bitcoin, right? You're betting on MicroStrategy to buy more Bitcoin, and you're betting on Bitcoin to do its thing. Why not just buy the real thing? Why not just buy Bitcoin and hold?
Well, I mean, the big question is Bitcoin doesn't give me yield, right?
Yeah.
So if I can own a slice of Bitcoin, let's call it that, right? Because I've been doing that. I've been buying, $15 a day here or there, to because I don't have when I lost all my Bitcoin in Celsius, I never bought any back. Right. So I've been wanting to get a position, but then I'm just like, man, mainly because I feel like Bitcoin's going to be the first one you're definitely going to be able to use as collateral. Right. So, if I can get to, one or whatever, then I'll always be able to use that as collateral, but keep my asset at some point in time in the future. But this way, if I'm getting dividends monthly that I can then use to buy Bitcoin with, right? Like if let's say I put 5,000 into this Missy or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And I'm getting whatever dividends. Now I have my asset, right? That's now giving me money that I could buy Bitcoin with.
Yeah. It's fair. So, that's my prediction though. Just buying and holding spot Bitcoin will outperform even this one. But and then also I just don't like I said, I don't know. I need to learn more about it. I am ignorant towards it. I just know the surface level stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my prediction still is spot Bitcoin. Even because we're so everyone in this stream right now, you're a crypto nerd. Yeah, I'm talking to you right there. Right. You're so deep into crypto, you don't even know it. Like still, right? Bitcoin is what market dominance is 65% or maybe 60%.
Yeah.
Like, Bitcoin is crypto, right? Right. Bitcoiners they don't like crypto, right? That whole discussion. But so anyway, I just still think if you bet on crypto, just buy Bitcoin, buy and hold, right? And then as you're building your project here, and like you said, you should have gone all in on the token launch. But anyway, then bet on yourself, and then I don't know. These derivative products scare me. That's all I got to say. As someone who's been burnt 1,000,001 times, I'm scared of
it's so funny because even since we've started our own project, our own team has put money in other things and gone back and said, I should have just bought our own fucking product. Like, it's so funny. Like, hey, Lamser, and so same thing, right? Like I remember day one, I had I think $2,000 that I was going to buy IRA with, right? And I bought $1,000, and I remember I'm laying in bed, and it kind of stopped going up and started, doing that little plateau. As I'm like, someone's gonna sell, right? We're up so much already. I think we were at a 3 or 4x at that point. I'm all like, tonight someone's gonna sell while I'm sleeping. I know it, so I'll just buy tomorrow. I woke up and it was already another 3x higher.
Holy shit!
Like,
yeah.
And I was all like, and so now I'm like, now I was pissed because I didn't put my money in, and then and so I didn't put my money in until it ran all the way up to $1 million and then crashed down. And actually, I bought that first big dip. I started DCAing in, and I got in, and then it crashed again. And so I actually wasn't back into profit until we got back to all-time highs.
Oh yeah,
on that second half of my money.
It's so funny. You FOMO'd at the top of your project. You're like, shit, this project costs money. I'm gonna buy more. Let's go.
But it's what we know the longevity, and and that's the same thing. Is that
that's the beauty, like you're just saying, dude. The reputation you're building, the longevity. It's like that is so priceless. Because like you said, there's been all these rugs, and it's like just build your own thing and build it right and do it organically. It's like that's priceless. Like, oh gosh, it pisses me. I'm mad at myself thinking back on like you said, just stick with things that are solid and that are like not gamble plays. Things that are gonna actually grow and be here next year.
Yeah. Like I look back at it, and I remember begging a friend to buy Bitcoin at $5,000, and I didn't even buy Bitcoin at $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm just like,
I'm gonna start sending your videos. I'm like, watch this replay. This is a really cool token I found out about. It's called IRA.
Right.
The guy seems really knowledgeable and knows what he's talking about.
So it's all but
yeah,
we have some cool plays coming. We have some cool plays. I think bonds are going to be good. I'm actually working on another secret project that I'm pretty excited about. I think maybe IRA, man. I think maybe IRA is going to be awesome. Anybody listen, throw $10 because that's going to be a micro launch. So he's launching at like nothing. Like it's going to be like a $200 launch or some shit. So, you could throw $5 into that and just wait, it's so cool. Cause Adam, like we talked to Adam about what we wanted to do, what our original plan for IRA was. Our original plan for IRA is we wanted to do an ETF. So we wanted you to buy and hold IRA, and then we would give you a basket. You were going to get 3 tokens, Bitcoin, ETH, and something else, right? And so he figured out how to do that. So his token is going to give IRA. So 50% of your rewards come in IRA, and then 25% comes in Bitcoin and 25% comes in ETH. So if you buy and hold baby IRA, you get 3 different rewards, right? Again, it's going to be on how much, if you could buy and hold 1% of baby IRA, you'll get 1% of all of the rewards forever, right? So, I don't know what 1% is going to cost. I guarantee you it'll cost more in a week than it will be once it launches, but it's still, again, but it's going to go up and down. It's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. It'd be $200 in liquidity. So $100 plus the tokens, but that'll go up fast, right? As people dump into it.
Nice.
Oh, and reflections after 60 days, right? So, and he's built a lot of things in there. Like there's an anti-rug feature, which I think it's if more than 50% of the liquidity is moved at one time, it pays everybody out. It's weird, but he put a lot of features into it. There's an anti-snipe feature for the first 100 blocks or something like that. But
I can't wait till this time next year when IRA is all cleaned up, has the transformer fighting for it every day. You already hit 50 million tokens in the reserve. You have the OTC launch, and we're gonna be like, hey, there's a BlackRock meeting in California. Let's go fly over there and stand outside, be like DeFi-IRA, best on Base, best on Coinbase. And I'm like, what?
Right.
And like,
for
I can't
sure.
wait. Yeah, go to the Base conference. That's what's so cool, like with being so early on Base chain, because like I said, it still hasn't had its really it has a lot of adoption, but not really its it's not time in the sunlight yet. And I just think with Coinbase backing it, it's like. And side note on the topic we were just having about buy and hold, like Coinbase messed up. Coinbase could have had 1 million Bitcoin and just been a Bitcoin business, but they decide, hey, I'm gonna be a trader, I'm gonna be an exchange, I'm gonna make money off fees, right? And now who knows how much Bitcoin they hold, but that's cool, man. Yeah, I DeFi-IRA, man. You have the perfect IRA, the perfect ticker. And then what your project is for really, like you said, building like passive income and building this retirement nest egg. You are making great strides. You know what I mean? Like the ball's rolling. Can't stop this.
Yeah. And what's really cool is because the contract is working so well, all we are really having to do is build utility to move the tokens. Yeah. Right. Like the raffle system. The raffle system is perfect. Right? Every 30 raffle tickets bought, it automatically sends it to the winner. Right?
Wow.
So 30 tickets are bought. That created 30 tickets worth of movement. Right? Whatever it is, it's $10. So it's $300 worth of movement. And then when the thing triggers, it triggers another three. Well, it would be less. It would be 300 times 0.96 times 0.96. But anyway.
Yes.
So it's 300 and then 90% of 300 gets moved twice, 2 times, right? Yeah. And so as we get bigger, and let's just say the raffle starts triggering every other day, right? If we have 1,000 people that are active in the community, the raffle could trigger every single day, right? Yeah. And so if it triggers every single day, that's just creating movement. Every time those tokens move, we get rewards, right? Come April 30th or April 31st, whatever, or no, May 31st, our LP unlocks. We're creating an LP net. Are you familiar with that?
No, LP net.
All right, so check this shit out. So through one of our partners, we've actually figured out how to use arbitrage bots to give us rewards. All right. So what we're going to do is once our LP opens, we're going to make like 20 LP pairs. Okay. And so as those LP pairs fluctuate in price, the ARB bots ARB the price. Well, because that's moving our token, we get 4%. So the ARB bots are going to get their 0.25%, right? Moving it back and forth, whatever their trigger is. Maybe it's 1%. But the ARB bots knows that our contract has a 4% fee. So it has to actually, the price between ETH and Bitcoin has to drop 5%, and then a bot will balance it. Right. So it might only be a $5 sell or $10 sell here. But as we have 20 different LP pairs, as the price is fluctuating amongst all of those LPs, the ARB bots are doing all the work, and we're getting 4% every time an ARB bot triggers. So we did a test. We did a test with 6 LP pairs. Like we did a virtual, we did a couple meme coins and stuff like that. So a few things that happens is our price is going to get hardened because now we're going to be paired to we're going to have ETH, Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, Cardano, Chainlink, USDC. So those are 7 of our pairs, right? Yeah. And then we're going to be paired with Baby IRA. Skull is our partner. 9mm is one of our partners. FTX, we already have an FTX one. We're going to do, and then a couple of other meme coins and stuff. But we're creating 20 LP pairs. So as every day, the ARB bots are just creating volume for us. They're getting their 0.25%, 0.5%, 1%, whatever they get. But we get 4% every time an ARB bot triggers.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's go IRA. How about this race though? 33 seconds. Are we running it? Ready to run it?
Right. Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah, can you take Aaron's comment down? No offense, Aaron. I gotta see the first ducky.
Let me see. Poink.
All right, here we go.
Are we good? Hold on, let me make sure nobody snuck in. Lamster was the last one. Lamster, Crypto KR, MSS, you're there. Lamster, Zach, you're in.
I know, Lancer. We got me too, brother. We got the inside scoop, and we got to take advantage of that.
All right. Yep. I think I got everybody in. Here we go.
I like the little. I bet on
Zach
Aaron.
with the strawberry head.
I'm bet on Aaron.
Zach with the strawberry head. Lancer, Superman. 30 anti-heroes naked.
Uh-oh. The lead never wins. So sorry, KR.
Yeah, right. KR's naked too.
Come on,
What's up
come
with all
on.
the naked? K Bowers is naked. Uh-oh. Zach from the back.
Come on,
Zach
let's
from the
go.
back.
Come on. Go. I'm with number 7 too. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Woo!
So there you go. If you want to know where you finished in the race.
That's right. Zach from the back. That's what they call
All
me.
right, Zach.
Let's go.
Zach,
what do I
DM
win?
me your
free cruise on Carnival with you?
you don't get a free cruise. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna give you some IRA tokens. They'll be if they go up to like $1 a piece, that'd be like a free cruise.
Heck yeah. Can I just how about this? You just let me stay at your timeshare and then the IRA ticket tokens too, and then we'll call it even. Just add that in. Throw that in.
We'll talk off the air. But hey guys, I have to start poker. Do you want to still chit chat? I can throw poker up on the screen and we can just bullshit.
I actually just saw it past 9:30. I got to run, brother. I appreciate you having me on. It was fun.
Well, thanks.
I'll talk more in the chat. But I should
thanks,
be available.
Thanks for coming and thanks for filling in.
No
and don't be a stranger, man. Listen, dude, you're welcome anytime. Anytime you want to come and just chit chat and say hi, you are more than welcome.
All right.
That goes for anybody else too.
Shout out to AG. Shout out to Goin. Let's do it. I want to see a duck race be added to the utility. Okay, that's what we need. It can be the duck race protocol.
Actually, there's another. Have you watched any kind of Twitch stuff
on Twitch? Yeah, well, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a marble race.
Yeah.
So
that's really popular now.
So I want to try to get that incorporated because that's pretty cool because it's like a maze and stuff, and it's actually pretty neat. Like you go through fire, and you fall off the track, and you see your marble fly off the track, and so I want to try to get that because you log in through your phone, right? And so when I say, hey, if you want to be entered into this marble race for $5, here's the code, boink, and then you can customize your own marble and shit too. So I really want to try to get that in. Anyway, I gotta run. I gotta get this Pokemon started.
Why didn't we learn how to code? I need the fucking excuse my language. Harvard offers a free computer science course, and it's all that whole meme of like learn how to code or whatever. But I'm about to buy into the meme, dude. I gotta learn. Like, you have too many ideas. Like that'd be. Imagine, like you said, if you're the first person to incorporate crypto into Marble Race somehow, or you know what I mean. Like that's a fun game, and then just see if people want to gamble. That's cool, man. But I gotta run. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, see you.
All right, peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Don't forget the loser bucket for the raffle. Did the raffle trigger? Dennis, did the raffle trigger? To be honest with you, I haven't seen. Did the raffle trigger? I haven't. I'll look and see if the raffle triggered. If it did, I'll do it tomorrow. So anyway, I got to get poker started. Bye, y'all. Bye.